Is there an ideal employer for you?
So I wouldn't say there's an ideal. What I would say is the smaller employers might only have 1 or 2 people who fit the population. But if we can bucket them together with others in their geographic area, it becomes a little more advantageous. So things like associations are great. But on a large self-funded side, even mid self-funded side, health plans, those are all sort of wheelhouse for what we're doing. But once we're up and operating in a market, over time, we probably can take volume just from individuals too, who are gonna raise their hand and say, I'd like to go to Lyn. So we're setting up provider agreements that allow us to operate initially in specific market segments, but our hope is over time, we'll be available to everybody.
I look forward to that day, because when I think about some of the people in my life who have needed help the most, probably one of the most frustrating things is to find a place where you think you can get help only to reach out and find out, we can't help you if you come to us directly.
That's an interesting thing. You should talk a little bit about the pilot we're doing to try to give back.
Yeah, so we actually are recruiting right now for a pilot. We're enrolling 250 members to start with our care management program and get to know Lyn a little bit better. And so through this, what we're hoping to do is that we can insert ourselves into their experience. So again, to not be disruptive to what they're currently dealing with, and start to take on some of that responsibility for them, help them get organized, help them connect with the right providers, and make sure they're doing all the right things to start to heal themselves. And so as we go through this process, we've actually started to interview some of these patients who are coming in, and the support that they've given us and the feedback they've given early, and just being so grateful to have someone actually listen to them and think about them holistically has been very, very refreshing and very inspiring to hear. And so we have an internal Slack channel that we use to kind of track some of these enrollments, and they share their feedback. And you see it, and people react to that, and it really does. It keeps us going, and it's very exciting. So if anyone is interested, we'll be launching on 12/1, which is probably after this podcast comes out, I guess.
Well, we do have some creative ability to perhaps clip in certain places. So if you are still accepting,
we are still accepting. Yeah. So people who have 1 or more conditions in this case, because we want to cast a little bit of a wider net to get people in and get that experience. Any state, we are taking patients, and they can just, they can reach out to us and get enrolled.